Greetings, everyone, and welcome to today's lesson. We're going to discuss animal studies, and this is part one of many parts. So, we're going to discuss three things. We're going to discuss domestication of animals. We will discuss the economic importance of livestock industry in South Africa. Then we will classify farm animals. Now, this means we'll look at the differences between ruminants as well as non-ruminants. Coming to the first one, the domestication of animals. So back in the days, people used to gather food as well as hunt for animals to a point where some of them stopped with that and domesticated animals for various purposes, for various reasons. So animals of different species as well as breeds are domesticated for various purposes. So this may include food production. It may include products such as wool, hides, as well as skin. And also some are domesticated for their capacity to work and also for transportation purposes. So some animals are domesticated to become pets, basically. But we're not going to focus much on that because we'll be dealing with farm animals. So we'll be discussing agricultural animals, basically. So some domesticated animals become entirely dependent on humans for their survival, and animals that have been domesticated for food and other products are called livestock or farm animals, as compared to wild animals which live in the wild and they survive without human interference. But with farm animals or domestic animals or livestock, basically, they depend on humans most of the time. They depend on humans. So let's look at the domestication of these animals. Now, where do these animals come from? So I'm just going to look at 4 different kinds of animals. So on my left hand side we have wild animals. Then on my right hand side we've got the domesticated animals or domestic animals or livestock or farm animals. It's up to you on how you call them. So if we look at sheep, which is the farm animal that we may be aware of, this animal comes from a mouflon. Then with cattle, on my picture here I've got a Drakensberger bull. Now, with cattle also come from wild animals, such as well as pigs. Pigs also come from a wild boar, as well as goats. They also come from wild animals. So most of the current domestic or livestock that we have today, most of them, they come from wild animals. Some of them are extinct and some of them currently exist. Now let's come to the economic importance of livestock in South Africa. Now this is one of the important industries in South Africa because it provides food, and food that comes in different varieties. It also provides clothes. Now we have different animals here that I want us to go through one by one. So we're gonna start with the first column here, which is the cattle. Now, what we get from cattle, we've got 3 categories. We have beef breeds, we've got dairy breeds, then we've got dual purpose breeds. Now what does that tell us? It means that from beef breeds we will get meat, and then from dairy breeds we will get milk. And now the products that will come after that will be butter, will be cheese and yogurt. So and then again with beef products will also include variety of products. They will include steaks, we'll have roasts, we'll also have processed meat. Now these include corned beef, this include mincemeat and sausages and so on and so forth. Now these are products that we are used to, right? And also another important aspect of cattle, what we get from cattle is plowing. Most commonly we use oxen to plow, and also for transportation. So, and also other animals, other cattle are used, and as well as their products are exported to other countries. So there are a lot of things, there are a lot of products that we get from animals. There's a huge economic value it brings. Then let's look at sheep. So with sheep we get meat and wool. So with the wool breeds in sheep, they give us wool, of course, and this wool is used for making clothes. It's used for knitting. It's used for making blankets. It's used for carpeting. And also with meat breeds, they mostly give us mutton and also lamb. So there are a lot of products we get from sheep as well. And also another important thing, both for cattle as well as sheep, in fact most of these animals, we also get manure or organic fertilizer from these animals. So one of the products that we get is organic manure from them, then we can use to fertilize the soil. Then let's look at goats. So goats are used for production of meat, and they also give us milk. Now this milk can be used to make cheese, it can be used to make butter, it can be used to make ice cream as well as yogurt. Then Angora goats, to be specific, they are used to produce more hair. Again, same as the other animals, the cattle and sheep, they also use their feces, or the waste product is used as an organic fertilizer. Then coming to pigs, I know a lot of people love their pork, they love their bacon because it goes well with their mushrooms and eggs in the morning for their breakfast. So now this is where this bacon comes from. So mostly pigs give us meat. And now this includes pork, also includes bacon, ham, sausages, and other processed foods. And also some of the products, such as the fat of pigs, are used in floor waxes as well as crayons. Then we also have chickens, we have poultry. Now there are two different kinds here. There are two breeds, the egg-laying breeds as well as broiler breeds. So with egg-laying breeds, they are used for the production of eggs, and then the broiler breeds are used for meat production, right? So we get meat and eggs from chickens, and then some of like the feathers of chickens are used for pillows. So they become inners for the pillows. So there are people who prefer feather pillows, right? Then we also have horses, we have mules as well as donkeys. So these animals can be used for work, right? and they can be used as drought animals to plow fields. As much as we have oxen which also do that, now also horses can do that. They can also plow. We also use donkeys, for example, for donkey carts, especially in rural areas, and some of these animals can be used for recreational purposes, so like such as horse racing and show jumpings. So there's a variety when it comes to that. Coming to the third part of our lesson today, the differences between ruminants as well as non-ruminants, classifying farm animals. This is important because these animals are different and they serve different purposes, they behave differently, and also they've got different digestive systems. So it is important for us to understand it clearly. Now, when we look at ruminants have got complex stomachs. So what they do, they swallow their food and then they regurgitate and rechew it repeatedly. Right. Now this is called chewing the cud. Now the cud is then re-swallowed and further digested. On one of my lessons, I have further explained this concept, the digestion in animals. I'm gonna link it here at the end of this video, then you can go and learn more about that. Ruminants are also able to utilize indigestible food such as roughages and low quality fodder, and they are either grazers. Now what do we mean by grazers? Now these are cattle and sheep. They eat grass. These are animals which eat grass and other small plants, so the low growing plants. Animals which eat low growing plants are called grazers. So they can also be browsers, such as goats. Now these animals prefer leaves from bushes and trees, so they eat on high growing plants. Then we also have non-ruminants. Now with non-ruminants, they've got a simple or a monogastric stomach. Now what happens here with these animals, the food is chewed then swallowed only once. Unlike the ruminants, they do not regurgitate. They chew once and then they swallow. Now these animals include pigs, poultry, horses, donkeys, and donkeys. So pigs, poultry, horses, as well as donkeys. So these are none. That's it from me, my beautiful people. Thank you very much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I will attach the link to one of the videos which may be related to this video, which is animal nutrition here. So you can just click on it and then you can watch that video. It will help you a lot when it comes to ruminants and non-ruminants. Just to link the two videos. Thank you very much. Until next time. Bye.